It seemed to be that was the trade-off, that they wanted Holton in the lineup so Tuzar goes to the practice squad. You always run a risk if you're on that squad of getting plucked, and he got plucked. How big? Now, we don't know if Tuzar Skipper's going to be good or not, but how about if he is?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you run the risk of that, and that's what happened here. I think they gambled a little bit that they could keep him around for a couple of weeks, and then maybe make him active in a few weeks, when they needed him. But you lose him, and now you hope that he just doesn't turn into some kind of superstar. And that's the way it goes. I mean, sometimes that's what happens.
Well, we didn't see much from Bud Dupree last night. We didn't see much from anybody really defensively. They got no pressure on Tom Brady, not until late. And Bill Belichick took T.J. Watt completely out of the game, which put a lot of pressure on other people. There was quick releases there. There's no chance that the defensive line, which I thought played not anywhere near what I thought they were capable of against that offensive line. And it starts there with Brady. You give him a rhythm, he adjusts, he'll do whatever he has, and he'll carve you up.
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing about it is Brady and Belichick are playing at a different level. They're just playing a different game than everybody else. I mean, the more that I watch them play, the more that Bob, have you happened to seen any of these NFL Network documentaries?
Yeah.
Do Your Job.
Right. Do Your Job is a great one.
The more I watch those things, the more I realize it might actually be a fluke when the Patriots lose, because they are so far ahead of everybody else in every category when it comes to preparation, when it comes to film study, when it comes to knowing what they need to do and all that other stuff. I mean, between Brady and Belichick, they're playing a different game than everybody else.
They certainly are, and I'll tell you what, Brady looks younger than he's ever looked, and he's 42 now. All right, let's go to line one. Dave in Bell Vernon. We've got a lot of calls. We'll try to rattle them off. Hey, Dave.
Bob and Paul, nice to always enjoy you two guys together.
Thanks.
What I want to ask you was, they've been talking all over these networks today, I noticed, about him kicking a field goal. Was he just trying to avoid a shutout? I mean, what was the point there? It don't make any sense to me
I agree.
at all.
I thought it was a conservative approach to a conservative game plan. Mike Tomlin said afterwards he was looking for positivity. I get that, but not at that point. You're looking to win a football game, and guaranteed if you win that possession and you score a touchdown, 20-7 with 13 minutes left or whatever it was in the third quarter, theoretically you're still in the game. I wouldn't have felt comfortable about it, Paul, but 3 points did nothing, and in fact it was wiped out just a couple of minutes later as they go right down the field and score a 58-yard touchdown.
The larger issue is what you're talking about right there, that they gave up a touchdown right after that. It was still early enough. I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it either, because I felt like, okay, if you do that and then you get a stop and score a touchdown, now all of a sudden it's 20-10. If you go for it and miss it, I know that they're backed up deep in their own end zone, but even if you score, you're still down, 20-7. So I don't have that much of a problem with going for points there, because I felt like eventually you're going to need a field goal anyway. If you kick a field goal there, 3 touchdowns and you're back.
Yeah, but still, a 3-possession game was still a 3-possession game, and that's what I didn't like about that call. There was no evidence to suggest the Steelers are going to move down the field consistently all night. So why not go for a touchdown?
I agree with that,
but
at that point, it was a 3-touchdown game. By kicking the field goal, you made it 2 touchdowns and a field goal. So, I mean,
but making it, but still, that's 3 possessions.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is by kicking the field goal there, you no longer need 3 touchdowns. So you can have 2 touchdowns and a field goal drive and tie the game.
Yeah, but I still don't agree with it. But anyway, let's go out to Tom and McMurray. Tom, go ahead. What's up?
I just got a statistic. I went back and looked at opening day schedules under Tomlin or games under Tomlin, and I'll just get your reaction. But if you do not factor in the games against Cleveland, of which there were 4, the Steelers have only won 2 opening days games in regulation time during Mike Tomlin's 13 opening games.
All right. And your point is?
Well, I just wanted to get your reaction on
Well,
that.
my reaction is
So-
they've been able to overcome slow starts. They started 0-4 one year and still ended up 8-8. Not that that's a playoff team, but my point is, last year they started with a tie in Cleveland, which felt like a loss to me. They followed it up with a pathetic defensive effort against Pat Mahomes, but everyone fell apart against Pat Mahomes. They responded, and then we're 7-2-1 before you know it, Paul. So I just think it's one game. I think people need to remember that it's one game. It was an ugly game, and this is what I learned from that game. What I learned is the Steelers, who I thought were getting a little closer to New England, are more far apart. The gap is bigger. The separation
I think the biggest thing
not
is
what I thought it was.
I think the biggest thing is that statistic means nothing, because he said there's 13 games, 4 of them were Cleveland's. You know, take those out of the equation, so that means there's 9 games, and they've won 4. Is that what he said?
Yeah.
So,
whatever.
so they're 4-5.
How many times is New England? You know,
They're 4-5.
Look at their schedule coming up, and take nothing away from them. They're a tremendous, dynastic team, but they play in a division that features Miami, Buffalo, the Jets. And in the next 7 weeks, they have all very winnable. They'll be heavily favored in all of those games. They should be 8-0 at their bye week.
But they won't be.
They will be.
It's the NFL. It's the way it goes.
No, you don't think New England is capable of going perfect
Apple
again this year?
Martini
16?
says they'll be 7-1.
Apple Martini, a French Martini, says they'll be 8-0.
Okay,
So-
and Apple Martini says they'll be 7-1.
I convinced him to try.
At least. I mean, if they might be 6-2, but at least
Oh,
one.
who are they going to use?
At
There's
least
no
one
way.
loss.
All right,
At least one loss.
I doubt it. Let's go to Will and McKees Rocks. Will, how you doing?
Hey, guys. How are you tonight?
What's up?
Hey, I have 2 quick questions, if you don't mind, please, about the Steelers. Number one, where was Vance McDonald, number one, at all last night? And with the game so out of hand, why didn't Tomlin pull the starters? Because look what happened to Juju. He got lame in the fourth quarter.
That's a question all NFL teams ask, Will, and I agree with it. I think at that point I could say the same about Tom Brady. What's he doing in the game? Because if he gets hurt, you're really in trouble. As far as Vance McDonald, I couldn't agree more. I thought without Kyle Van Noy, who was not playing last night, they should have attacked the middle more, Paul. It's one thing to have New England not using their tight ends because the best of all time pretty much retired. They don't have that. They have a weapon there in Vance McDonald.
I thought the game plan was stupid. I thought it was terrible. I thought it made no sense. I thought the offense was disjointed. I thought they didn't play to any of their strengths. And I think that if they're going to be one-dimensional and just let Ben stand back there and try and throw the ball a zillion times to win, they're not going to win many games. I mean, they've got to figure out what they do well, what their identity is, and really play to it. And the other thing is they've got to run the ball better than they have. And what James Conner have, like 10 carries? You got a guy like him, you got to give him 20. If he gets 20 and he's not productive, that's different. But I think that they don't stick with the running game enough. I thought the toss sweeps, they got 4 yards on the first one, and then after that, New England shut it down. You've got to run straight downhill at that team and be physical, just like they run straight at you for the most part.
We're due for a break. We have Shoes, Bill, Joe, Pete, Tim. We'll try to get to all your calls next right here live on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call.